Welcome to the DLLS Rangers Weekly Podcast, now part of the All City Network. Hit the subscribe button for YouTube and also become a DLLS diehard at www.alldlls.com. Now here's Jeff and John. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the DLLS Rangers Weekly Podcast. This is episode number 39, and today is the playoff race we're going to have on here. Actually, Jeff and I are in here. We were supposed to have a guest, a really talked about guest, and I never mentioned him up front, that was supposed to be joining us. There was he's a minor leaguer that's he's doing pretty well, to tell you the truth. And what happened was there was some rainouts and stuff like that happened. It pushed a start and everything the whole schedule kind of got pushed back, and that's fine. These guys, we work at their schedule. We'll try to get him on next week. So we're going to go without the guest today, but that's okay. Yeah. Guys, hit the subscribe button down below. Go hit the DLLS channel itself. Go to, big thanks to Round Rock for sponsoring this and doing that for us. But let's get into it is the playoff race that we're in right now.
Yep.
This week has gone good. The Rangers took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, and really should have, had a good chance to win that game on Wednesday. Robert Garcia is just kind of semi in a little funk right now. That happens. Everybody's saying he should be DFA and all that are crazy. Look at his ERA. Look what he's done this season. These guys just go through a stretch where nothing's moving. It's coming flat, and he went middle, and good hitters damage middle.
Yeah, he went middle to the wrong guys. Now, I mean, he's out of the closer's role.
Sure.
So that's
that was an easy choice. Yeah.
That's your consolation prize for the DFA crowd. That's your consolation prize. When you say DFA him.
Yeah.
He's under control for like 4 years.
So he could just be optioned
to a left-hander. Right. All right. He could be optioned, but it's not that bad yet. I don't expect to see him pitching in leverage situations for a little while.
Yeah, sure.
He needs to, figure it out and get back to where he was. But, if not for Robert Garcia, that road trip probably would have been a win better than it was, a 3-4 instead of a 2-5.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, the Rangers have been great at home. They're 15 games over 500 at home, but I think they're 11 games under 500 on the road. So that's got to be fixed.
Yep.
That's over these last 2 months, they got to figure out a way to win more on the road.
Yep. They got to at least be 500 on the road, at least.
As you look around baseball, and nobody's really good at on the road this year. There's less than 10 teams that are above 500 on the road. So if the Rangers can get closer to that, that'll help them. Where they are in the wild card standings, they're a game and a half back entering this Philly series. But the two teams ahead of them, the Yankees and the Mariners, Rangers don't have the tiebreaker against those two teams. So they've got to actually beat them and finish ahead of them. And that's fine. That's not an issue.
No.
It could be an issue, but it's definitely doable. And the division race is
wide open.
It's still there.
Astros have fallen back to the pack, to tell you the truth.
They have. The Mariners are a really good team right now.
They really are.
Pitch, their bullpen's good. This Josh Naylor injury yet to be determined how long he's going to be out, but that kind of hurts them a little bit. But they're pretty good right now. They're probably I would say they're the favorites to win the division in my mind. But the Rangers, it's definitely not
out of the realm of possibility.
Very well said.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Hey, most important thing right now, and I don't care what anyone says, looking back a month ago and looking at where you are now, this is August. We're a week into August, and they're playing meaningful baseball that means something. This is not already wondering about, are we going to get kids up here to look at them? What are we going to do? This thing's falling back. They are playing meaningful baseball and look like a team that could be dangerous. Look, this is a team that could be dangerous to play. I don't care. They've got two of the best pitchers to start your rotation in any playoff series. Then you go after that with Merrill Kelly, and then you've got a bullpen that may not have a legit closer, but look at what the bullpen's done. Set aside a couple of blown saves that have happened here recently, and then the offense finally starting to click.
Yeah, I would say you're that's pretty accurate. The the trade deadline through a week is looking pretty good. Merrill Kelly was good in his start Saturday at Seattle. He gets the opener against the Phillies.
Yeah.
And he's familiar with them, National League guy.
Yeah.
Really, all the Rangers starters this weekend, DeGrom and Corbin, they were National League East guys. So they're going to know the Phillies, and the Phillies are going to know them. And then you look at Danny Coulomb and Phil Maton. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They've been fun to watch. I think between them, they've got 6 scoreless innings at 3 appearances apiece. Coulomb has a win. Maton has a save, and it looks like Maton might be the way they go. At closer for now, maybe when Chris Martin comes back, there's an opportunity for something to change up there. But and they aren't overpowering, but they change speeds, which is always the key to pitching, really. And they don't give up home runs. Combined, they've given up 1 home run, and it was Maton. And if you look at Coulomb, his ERA is 1.06.
It's the best in the major leagues.
So I mean, he knows how to pitch, and they're not like these giant imposing guys, but
right.
They just know how to get it done. So
and
the trades look good so far,
and the Rangers love it. Let me tell you who Ross Fenstermaker came up Monday. I was down there, and I was just sitting my little spot there, just kind of leaning against the dugout and watching BP. And Ross came up next to me, just kind of came up behind me, and we always talk a little bit of business stuff because he's a business guy too. And he goes, "What'd you think of that deadline?" I go, "Holy crud, y'all came out of nowhere." He goes, "Yeah, other stuff they had, he's never going to divulge what all they were working, but he was like, we're really happy. I said, boy, you just threw that was a great curveball out there. Out of nowhere, you got those 3 guys. That's fantastic." I said, because it kind of looked like you didn't have much going. And he was like, "Yeah, no, we were, we had stuff going. Everything's good. You got to adjust as you're going, and that's kind of what he said." And then we got into talking business, but he came up kind of asking, "What'd you think?" Kind of knowing, man, we pulled off some good ones there. And he's right.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. And
especially after that morning started, nobody thought, they were like, are the Rangers going to stand pat? Which wouldn't have been the worst thing. We thought they needed to do something, but they just didn't seem to be hitting on anything.
It wouldn't have been the worst thing, but it wouldn't have been good.
Right. Exactly.
So, I think everybody's like, oh, well, they're going to go get a closer. And, when you saw the price for like Duran for the Phillies, they traded their number 3 prospect, a major league ready starting pitcher, McAble. And then what the Padres gave up for Mason Miller, the number 3 prospect in baseball. The Rangers weren't going to live there. I know that the Twins, when they talked to the Twins were asking for Walcott. They weren't going to do that.
Nope.
And I think when Bednar, when they didn't get Bednar, then they're like, all right, we got to go get a starting pitcher.
Yeah, let's go get a starting pitcher.
Because going into the week, starting pitcher, even as on Monday of that week, starting pitcher was not on the radar. It was not. The way I was explained to me is like, well, if one falls in our laps, we'll take one.
Yeah.
Like, well, they got probably maybe the best starter who was available.
Right.
And now, it came at a cost, as we talked about that on the show last week, but this guy's pretty good, Kelly. So, but again, we got to wait and see how it all plays out.
Sure.
But the Rangers helped themselves.
Hey, let me tell you one of the biggest things, and I want everyone to tap the brakes, and I'm not saying this, but just looking, not just what's happened the last 3 games with him. I'm talking about the way he's even looking getting out. Jock Peterson seems to have started to get his stuff together, even putting good at bats together.
Yeah.
In other words, he's seeing a lot of, even if he goes 0 for 3, if he's seeing 5 pitches in a bat and he's working the counts and doing that, it's way better than the Jock Peterson that looked like he was flailing at some stuff when he, they all say it's timing. You got to get your timing going. You got to do that. He certainly seems, he's got a, and you saw the video after the game. They put him in the media room when he hit the tying. If y'all don't know, their media rooms where Bochy comes after the game. They brought Jock in. They weren't going to bring in Corbin because he had not had a long outing, and we got to talk to him if we wanted to. But yeah, he was very quick to dismiss being back or being good. He's like, that's great and all of that. But man, even that next night, 3 for 3, got on base every time. Got on base very important walk Wednesday when he took that walk. If that guy even becomes 40% better than he's been, that lineup, he becomes an issue in the lineup. It becomes you can't ignore that guy in the lineup anymore. You can't go, okay, well, good.
Yeah.
Guess who's coming up? Here comes Peterson. He's flailing at this. I'll just throw this the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's working camps.
Well, and it was pretty funny because I wasn't at the game then. I had some family stuff, but I was watching the game, and you could tell Dave and Mike when they're like, here comes Peterson to pinch hit. It's kind of like,
yep.
Like, okay. And then, he hits the home run, and Dave's call was "Wonders Never Cease." And Bruce Bochy heard it and really enjoyed that one because it's true.
Yep.
Nobody in that ballpark, nobody watching the game thought that Jock Peterson was going to tie the game with a home run.
Nope.
And I wonder if that's the swing. If he's like, he felt the swing and saw the results.
Yep.
And if that is going to open the floodgates. But again, he's got to back it up. And that next night was a good start, but it's still
right. No, the
numbers are still hard to ignore.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, if he produces these last 2 months, that's a huge addition.
Oh my gosh.
They need the 2, 3, and 4 hitters right now aren't great.
Nope.
Jonah Heim right now, not great. Wyatt Langford right now,
not great.
Not great.
Corey Seager the last week or so is not great.
Yet, they were still managing to score. They scored a lot of runs on that road trip.
Yep.
They really did. The Yankee series, they scored 8 the first night. Josh Young has looked great since he's been back. I know he's had the calf injury, but
he's supposed to play third tonight, right?
Third.
Oh, by the way, it is Friday. This will be out later today, but
Jake Berger
hit a home run last night.
He's been hitting well at AAA, so maybe he's back tonight. So we'll see. But
if he is that a Zeke thing, you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I think you still got to keep Zeke. I mean, how can you have potentially a bench of Tellez, Peterson, the backup catcher, and
yeah. So who
Haggard? You got to have somebody. I would think Tellez might draw the short straw here.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he's been good, but he's a one-trick pony. Let's be honest. He plays.
All right. Oh, well, what about a platoon at first? Well, Josh Smith can be your platoon partner for Jake Berger.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go that route, they're going to give Jake Berger at bats.
Yeah.
It's kind of a Jock Peterson situation. You need this guy to get better. How's he going to do it? By playing every day.
Right.
So with the Phillies starting 2 left-handers, it's reasonable to think that
Berger is going to be
will be back with the team. We'll wait and see. But there's potential for the offense to get better because right now a lot of guys are kind of struggling.
When is Carter supposed to be back?
Well, he got some shots the other day. Wednesday morning, he said he got some shots. Off day Thursday. So he was hoping that today the shots will have taken effect and he'd be able to do some more stuff. So he went on the injured list. What was the second day in Seattle or the third day in Seattle? Third day in Seattle. So he's still got a little time. It would be next week, maybe against the Diamondbacks. I don't know off the top of my head, but don't need to rush that one.
No,
it's at the back. It's the thing that cost them all of last season, pretty much. So they got to make sure it's right because they did try to rush him back last year, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's good," and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So they, as he said the other day in Seattle, we got to be honest with each other here, and so if he's not feeling it after 10 days, then he can get as many more as he needs. But
yeah,
that's another way that they can get better.
That's a soft tissue thing there, and that's I
think it's more than that. I think it's a chronic thing. I think it's something that because remember, if you go back to spring training when he was talking about it, he would say, "Well, it's something I'm going to grow out of." All right, well, until he does, it's an issue. So got to be careful with it.
Man, it's just I know exactly what you're saying there. That he has been so good this year, putting good at bats together, the speed on the bases. He's played some great center field, but yeah, you got to have him healthy. And I tell you the under the radar player of year right now might be Haggerty. What he's added has been crazy.
Yeah, he's really good against left-handers. He struggles against right-handers for some reason, but he's a spark plug. He'll He'll get on base. He'll steal a base. He'll go first to third. It's nice to see, and when the Rangers are at their best, they're running and causing problems. And
Right.
He's right in the middle of that. And with the way they struggle against left-handers, they were better against the Yankees. They need that.
Right.
Got to generate, manufacture runs. Well, that's what Sam Haggerty can do.
So what's your gut then? I mean, what do you think? Do you think this team legitimately is playoff contender?
They're a contender. I think they're legitimately a contender. Beyond that, will they get in? I mean, there's a lot of evidence to say they won't. But if you kind of look at the standings, nobody's running away with anything in the American League. Even the Tigers have come back. The Yankees are having problems. The Astros are having problems. I still think that the Mariners, as much as we were just talking about how good they are, they still might have some problems.
Yeah.
And so you're talking about, can the Rangers be better than the Indians? Well, yeah. So yes, it's possible. The pitching is there. The pitching and the defense have been either the best or among the best in baseball all season. Comes back to what we've been talking about all year. It's got to be the offense. The offense has to find a way. And if the offense finds a way, the Rangers make the postseason. If the offense keeps farting around like this and gets hot for 10 days and then goes cold for 14, it's going to be really hard.
It's not going to happen. I mean, you're seeing good signs. They're finally starting to battle back too. That's another thing. And then winning a game in extra innings, which seemed like they hadn't done that in about 11 years. And I know I'm being facetious there, but they weren't winning any extra inning games. And then to go win that one and the other night against the Yankees, and did they get one on the road too?
Yeah, the one win in Seattle was extra innings.
Right.
After Garcia blew the save, they came back and managed to,
which is a great sign.
Hey, we should mention Luis Corvello. That's kind of fun. And also in that game, Cole Winn, our buddy Cole Winn pitched a big ninth inning. I think he's one to watch. Mike Maddox really likes him.
He's starting to get more leverage situations.
Well, he's throwing the ball in the strike zone more.
Yes.
So that's important. Anyway, kind of got off subject there, but
yes,
the Rangers have a chance, but they need to be better.
And the thing is, just like the year that they won the World Series, if they can get into the tournament, all bets are off.
I mean, I think in the tournament they're going to be hell.
Yeah.
You're going to have Evaldi, DeGrom, Kelly.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to beat.
With Leiter as your fourth guy, with Patrick Corbin back there.
And who knows about Tyler Mahle too? That's another possibility.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's just, if they need to hang here, get healthy, and what they need to do, like you said, they got to at least go 500 on the road and keep up the winning that they're doing at home. This is big this weekend with the Phillies coming in. They've got to win that series. They don't have to sweep anybody anymore. They got to keep winning series.
You got to win series.
You just got to win series, and you've got to make up games like they did with the Yankees. They gained a game on the Yankees in the wild card positioning because they won 2 out of 3 from the Yankees when they were there. When you're playing a team that's what you're competing with for that wild card spot or the AL West, you can't do what you did in Seattle. Which, by the way, I heard the stat. They said they're ridiculously bad in Seattle.
Seattle went in Seattle bad. The Mariners went 10-3 this season against the Rangers.
I know it.
If you take out those 13 games, the Rangers are really good, and the Mariners aren't as good. But you can't do that.
And they don't play each other anymore.
No, that's done. The 6 against the Astros are big. The Rangers have some tough sledding ahead. They go to Toronto.
Yeah. Who's on? That's the best team in baseball right now, right? Or the best in the American League?
Well, the Brewers.
But do we play the Brewers?
Got the Brewers coming up.
Oh,
yeah, it's a Brewers Astros road trip in September.
Oh boy.
The Royals are, but that's on the schedule. The Indians to finish the season, that could end up being a really big series in the playoff race. So there's not a chance to catch your breath. And they play at New York, the Mets. So it's good. Yeah, it's not. No, it's a Brewers Astros homestand and then a Mets Astros road trip in September.
So
it's got to watch that schedule a little bit too. It's not an easy one.
Oh my gosh. But it's meaningful baseball. And that's all you can ask. You want to be so many times we've been sitting here going into August and you're thinking about why didn't they trade this guy? Who are they going to DFA? Who are they going to bring up? Are we going to get to see this guy make his major league debut? I tell you what, when we go down in the bus things, we're going to talk about a guy that is tearing it up at AAA who got his big league debut this year. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. But what was some of the other stuff you wanted to get into before we go into go down to the bus leagues?
Yeah, a couple things. Again, we want to thank the Round Rock Express for all their help in sponsoring our show. They're not playing great. I mean, they're playing okay right now, but not the best season there. But Dell Diamond's always a fun time. Chris and Tim make sure of that. And it is their 25th anniversary season.
Yeah.
They come back home here next week to play Sacramento. A couple highlights on the schedule. They have Bark at the Park, which I always love. That's on the 14th. And then on the 16th, they're once again, the Chupacabras de Round Rock. It's a jersey giveaway. So make your plans to go see them at Dell Diamond. Also, you'll note the hat. Do it for Durrett.
It's coming up.
It's coming up September 12th. Swings and Strings. It's a chance to play golf in the morning and then head over to Texas Live for a concert. Kind of like last year, different acts. We have Rhett Miller from the old 97s who's going to perform. We have the Bird Dogs. That's George Dunham.
George Dunham, yeah.
He's going to perform. And then we have a special guest we can't announce until next week, but you've heard of him, and he's really good. Anyway, come help us out.
Yeah.
doitfordurrett.com/event. That page right there will give you how to go ahead and buy the tickets for the music, the golf tournament, and the live and silent auction that we always have. And it's loaded up with stuff. The Mariners, Cal Raleigh was great. He gave us an autographed bat. He's maybe the MVP of the AL, the home run derby champ. And then Ichiro was in Seattle. That's where he lives, but he's always there. And he signed a ball for us. So those are just a couple of the items that we have available in the live and silent auction. So again, step up and help out a great cause. And then the third thing, DLS. Become a diehard.
Yeah. They're running some special
at alldls.com right now. You can do it for $36.
It's a spring training. Is that what they called it? Or
training camp
special.
Because the Cowboys crew's headed out there. You can get a free t-shirt and then 20% off of our events. And John Radigan and I are lobbying very, very hard for a spring training trip. And we have a partner with True Fan Travel. So hopefully that happens. You get 20% off of that thing. And then you get all the great access, not just my stories, but to all of your favorite sports teams in the Metroplex. So
yeah, it's great.
Go on and do all three of those things because it's people helping us. It's people like DIFD helping you, and then over at DLS, we're coming. We're coming for everybody. We're really good at what we do.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I've enjoyed it. Even right now, I know that the Mavericks and the Stars are in their off season, but there are off season stuff happening. Those guys are on every day. Luds over there, and those guys they're good at what they do. It's one stop shopping. You get all four major teams, which is fantastic. And it's just I get an email every morning. I get the stories, and then you got the podcast every day. So it's live updates. If any news breaks, you can go jump on the channel and they're going to be talking about it. I remember the night that Luka was traded. I got on there at like 11:30 at night and I said, surely they're doing something. And I jumped over, and of course DLLS had a live response to that trade, and they were throwing the fit that rightly every DFW Metroplex person was. And I'm not a basketball guy, but I was just thoroughly enjoying listening to guys that knew basketball well, cover it well, say the implications, say what it was comparable to. It was really interesting.
Yeah. Well, we did John and I, Radigan did a a show during the trade deadline.
Yeah, we're on right during it. Yeah,
and stuff was flying, and it was exciting. It was fun to do. So anyway, that's my soapbox for the day. Help us, help you, and help yourself.
That's absolutely right. Hey guys, listen, we are going to go down in the bus leagues and talk about the teams, and we're going to do that right after this. All right, guys, we're going to go down in the bus leagues. Once again, our sponsors, we're going to make sure you understand Round Rock Express. You've already done the spill for that. We're going to talk about every level in the organization, some players and pitchers, players, everything at each stop. We start at AAA, go all the way down. The ACL, the Arizona Complex Leagues, are not playing, so we won't be getting an update from there. Their season is over. They did make the playoffs. They didn't go anywhere with it. Start at AAA, the Round Rock Express. They're in second place right now. They're 18-16, 6-4 in their last 10, and they've won 4 in a row. So, yes, they've been down, but they're kind of on a little streak right now.
Yeah, they are. And
the Abby Ortiz streak, is that what we're going to say?
Abby Ortiz, he was on Monday, he was named the Texas League Player of the Month for July, and it was well-deserved. He gets his promotion. He's in Albuquerque. First game, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, and the Round Rock franchise record. So he's been great. Cody Freeman's been fantastic.
It's 17th home run.
Keeps hitting home runs.
Is that the most in all of Texas Ranger?
No, I think Abby has more.
He has more than 17?
I believe so.
But nobody at the major league level has 17.
No.
That's
correct.
So the AAA has the most home runs of 2 guys that are leading. I think 17 is more than anybody in the big leagues, right?
What? On the big league team.
On the big league team.
Yes.
Yeah, on the big league. I'm sorry. No, is that more than Cal Riley? No, I'm talking about at the big league level. Does anyone have? Nobody has 20.
No.
And that's injuries have not helped that. But then again, they've been in a lull on offense too. So
anyway, Round Rock is playing Albuquerque, where our good friend Blaine Krim is playing after the Rangers DFA'd him at the day after the deadline because they needed roster spots, and the Rockies came in and swooped him up. And hate to see Blaine leave the organization because he's such a good person. But I'm happy for his opportunity.
Yep.
I know he's in the Rockies organization right now, but there's going to be a chance for him to get some at bats hopefully soon.
Yeah,
and
he'll get that first hit,
get his first hit, and take off, and maybe hang with the big league team and get the opportunity he deserves. So,
hey, the Rangers may regret losing him, and that's great. I mean, that happens.
We wish him well. Thanks for his contributions to our show. Look forward to seeing him soon. And Dustin Harris was also DFA'd, but he cleared, and so he's back in the line.
He got out, right? Yeah, so he's back there playing. Let's go to, is there anybody on the pitching side? I mean, they don't really, I mean, you got Rocker down there now.
You do have Rocker. I don't think he's pitched yet since his promotion.
That was needed, though.
I agree.
Stay in the rotation, go down. I mean, look, Rocker showed brilliance sometimes when he's in the big leagues, and then other times he just shows things that just aren't doing, and that's fine.
Yeah, I think one thing with him is and it's his personality. There doesn't appear to be a sense of urgency.
That's the words I was looking for.
And maybe there is, and we just don't see it because of the way he carries himself.
Yeah.
But it just seems like there are times when he doesn't compete as much as the Rangers thought he might.
Right.
And there's also a stark lack of experience.
Yep.
He had what? He had less than 50 minor league innings in his career, or maybe 70. But the point is, he hasn't had the game experiences, which showed up in that Tampa Bay series when he didn't cover first and then brain farted and let the other runner score. Okay, all of these things, you can benefit from an opportunity like this to be optioned, to stay stretched out, work on your pitches, and just to learn a little bit more.
Sure,
he will be back.
Yes, without a doubt.
No question, he will be back.
He's their future rotation piece, I think. They think that.
Yeah. And maybe he, if they're in the race, maybe he comes back and he works out of the bullpen.
Yep.
And is kind of like another John Gray, a guy who can get it up to 97, 98.
Monday night, 5 innings.
There are a lot of possibilities with him for the rest of the year. It's still long term. He's going to be a starter.
Sure.
But, he probably needed this. And in fairness, or if we're being honest, he shouldn't have been on the opening day roster, but
No.
the Gray and Bradford injuries kind of forced the Rangers' hands there.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree on that. And so that's really the only guy there he hasn't pitched yet. I haven't seen him around. Sometimes these guys are option, but they're still hanging around the big league clubhouse. I haven't seen him.
With the team.
He's out with them. Okay, let's go down to Double-A. The team probably doing the worst of anybody right now. They're in 5th place. They're 14-20, or they're 19-22, 14-22 right now. They're 5-5 in their life. This is second half, guys, not first half. 5-5 in their last 10. They have won a couple of games.
Yeah.
But they got their whole rotation left.
Well, they're picking up some starters from high A, and Davalio's doing well.
Yeah, he did another good one last night.
Leandro Lopez doing fine. The offense is struggling, and they just lost Abby Ortiz, so that doesn't help. Walcott is like we said last week, he's just kind of steady.
Yep.
He hasn't done bad. He hasn't done great. And the Rangers would like to see more power, but they also realize 19-year-old, and his numbers are 20% above league average.
Yep.
So that's fine. Cam Colley's hot and cold, but they're pleased with what he's been doing. Zavala has kind of come back, though he's still getting on base a lot. There are just some guys there. You're going to see some new guys as late season promotions happen. And they have a great coach.
Yeah,
their
manager, Carlos fantastic. Is great.
Carlos is going to coach those kiddos up, and
every time he sees us, what do you need? What do you need? He saw me one day.
They work so hard there. Yeah. A couple notes. This next week, Frisco should be getting a new addition to their pitching staff. Emiliano Teodo, who's been in Arizona, throwing bullpens. He had a hip back deal.
That's huge.
He's throwing bullpens. He's going to go there before he goes to AAA. So he'll go pitch there.
Right.
One of the other new guys, Josh Trentadue. If you are a Baseball America subscriber, then this morning you saw 5 under the radar pitchers.
Yeah.
He's number 2 in all of baseball. They're under the radar pitchers.
I've called his name a few times.
Yeah. He's exciting. Number 4 on the list is Mitch Bratt.
Yeah.
Who was traded to the Diamondbacks in the Merrill Kelly trade.
Former Ranger.
Another one we hated to see go, but and then again with him not there, that's kind of a blow to their rotation. But it's not necessarily about wins and losses in the minor leagues. It's about player development and learning how to win. And Carlos is going to help those boys do that.
I wonder also with Walcott, is this really the first year he has started at an affiliate and has played all year? A full pro. I mean, there could be a little attrition and this is a long season for some kids that are 19 years old.
Last year he played all last year with Hickory and got called up late, but he's 19. He's still developing physically, and but he's doing fine. He had a 3-hit game the other day. He's holding his own.
Yep. It's a little hotter here in Texas than it's up in Hickory and all of that. So, but it's just, look, this is that kid, you can just see it on, even watching him play, you can see the talent that oozes out of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you can ignore scouts ignore numbers when they see what they see. And they're like, this guy they just want to get a hold of him. Okay, let's go down to High A, the Hub City Spartanburgers. They are in first place. They're 21-18 in the second half. They're 4-6 in their last 10, and they have lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, the rain's not helping them. It's affecting Hickory too. Not the offense. From week to week, you can see these guys. And 1 week they're up high, and 1 week they're back down.
Yeah,
and so you're kind of seeing that. Like Arturo Disla is in a little bit of a slump. Dylan Dreiling has been hot and cold. More cold though, unfortunately, this year. Casey Cook threatening to get above 200, which would be a big deal for him considering where he's at. Malcolm Moore still hasn't gotten going yet after his injury, so there's a lot of on offense.
Right.
Pitching. Again, they've lost a lot of guys. Davalio and Lopez. They just lost William Bormy to Frisco. So there's another guy, Trenadu, we talked about who's exited. Jose Gonzalez, though, still there. He was the pitcher of the week last week in South Atlantic League. What did he do? He had a great start, like 7 scoreless innings, and his numbers have been pretty good. Premium strike thrower, probably a guy who ends up not too distant future in Frisco. He's definitely earned it.
Well, those guys, when you're getting down there, a lot of what Double A and below is instead of looking at the ERA necessarily, what they're doing, it's building up innings.
Yeah,
throwing some innings. They want to see you build up, throw innings, because these are guys that even if they played full seasons in college or high school, good Lord, 40, 50, 60 innings maybe that you would throw. I mean, you just don't play enough games. I know they all go out on that perfect game circuit and do stuff like that, but this is about getting your arm strength up and pitching a lot of innings, because
learning your strengths.
Yeah.
And pitching to those and then slowly adding in other things. And one other guy worth mentioning, Dalton Pence, who was the 11th rounder last year. He's been really, really good too. It's kind of like they're treating him like a swing man. He'll start some games, pitch multiple innings, but he's got a 0.99 ERA.
Yeah,
that'll work.
That'll play at any level.
Yeah,
I think
that will.
Well, let's go down to low A. That's the Hickory Crawdads
Yeah.
and they've been dealing with some rain too. They're 22 and they're in second place.
Yeah.
22 and 16 in the second half. They're 4 and 6 in their last 10, and they did lose last night. They lost one. Actually, they split a series.
Double.
But it says they lost the last one.
Okay.
So that means they lost one.
Yeah.
They played a doubleheader yesterday because of rain. They had Caden Scarborough?
Scarborough,
6 scoreless. Is that what he did?
I think he gave him an unearned run, but he's been great here the last, let's say, 6-7 weeks. Brock Porter, still just getting along. Just a nice, quiet year. He's answered the bell every time. I think the Rangers are pleased with where that situation.
He's going to go to Hub City, you think?
I don't know. Let's not push the gas too much on him after what he went through last year.
Yeah.
He might at the end of the year. Luke Savage, our friend from the Metroplex, TCU kid, wonderful kid with his charity, Blessed Feet. He's having a nice year. 1.49 ERA. Now this roster is the one that's changing over a lot.
Yeah,
because the complex league is done, and so now they're starting to get some guys who
some imports.
Imports, figuratively and literally.
Yeah,
because a lot of these guys are Latin kids. Yolfran Castillo, the highly regarded shortstop, he's there. Paulino Santana, also there. Not back yet, although he started in Arizona. Devin Fitzgerald, the shoulder injury, he's going to be there back soon. And then Josh Springer, catcher, got to watch. He's only played 2 games, but he had a nice season in the complex league. And I was told, make sure I keep tabs on Josh Springer. So, and a few more may be coming.
Any chance Fiend ends up there?
Yes. The Rangers are
first round pick, by the way,
considering Gavin Fiend and Owens. What was he, the third round pick?
He's the
Tennessee, the
two-way
player.
Yeah.
Right now all the draftees
they're in Arizona.
They're in Arizona in what's called the Bridge League. It's not an official league, but
they playing inter-squad games.
It's not really squad games. They're playing
other teams.
It's extended spring training against other teams in the Valley, and the Rangers are really thinking about giving those 2 guys 2 or 3 weeks at the end of the season just to kind of get their feet wet.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
And why not do that and let them play in a stadium with some fans that are, because they're just on those backfields right now. They're in Arizona. If anybody's ever been to Arizona, you know what we're talking about back there.
And Duard Tovar, who was great in the complex league. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up also in Hickory. He was the ACL player of the month for July. Left-handed hitter. We've talked about him a little bit. $10,000 signee. Rangers seem to be hitting pretty good on those $10,000 guys, which is nice.
Yep. I like that. Well, so the ACL that we just talked about, they're not playing. They're done. But the DSL is still playing.
Yeah.
And there's one team down there that's in second place, and they are 32 and 15. That's the red team.
That's pretty good.
7-3 in their last 10. They've won 4 in a row. This is the team with the admitted better players.
Yeah.
They did say this year they built one team it's kind of like they have a JV and a varsity down there.
Yeah.
And the varsity team is living up to varsity hype. And then the blue team is 14-33. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and they've lost a couple. They're in the last place in their little division.
Yeah.
4 divisions there, about 7 or 8 teams in each division, something like that. And
Yeah.
So
Oliver Guerrero, I don't think he's a Guerrero from the same tree as Vlad. The Rangers have Pablo, one of the Guerreros. Anyway, Oliver, he was the player of the week last week in the DSL. Elorki Rodriguez continues to be the star of that team. Marco Arguden, the Cuban, who'd been so good and was, I think, a 2-time player of the week in the DSL, he ran into a wall, hurt his knee, and had to have knee surgery. So he's done for the year. He's a little bit older. So that's kind of a bummer. One thing that I was told, don't expect any of these DSL kids to go to Hickory, because there's apparently a rule in place where if a DSL kid ends up at a full season affiliate or even stateside, I think it's a full season affiliate, he's not allowed to go back and participate
in the DSL
off-season program.
Okay.
And so the Rangers and a lot of teams believe that when these kids are 16 and 17 and still developing physically,
be closer to home
as players, it's more beneficial for them to stay in that program there. And
everyone speaks their language.
Get the practice time and not miss out on things in the off season. So it makes a lot of sense.
And if you want to bring them stateside, there might be some there might be some fall stuff they can do or come in. And
sure, they can come to instructs and all that.
Right.
They need to stay where they're at. And then one other note before we end this segment, instructs, just think about all the guys who are injured this year in the minor leagues who've missed developmental time.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if they end up in the fall league. And the Rangers are even flirting with the idea of exposing Walcott to the fall league, though he is also going to have a really full load during the regular season, so they might give him a breather. That one's still kind of hanging in the balance,
right?
But it's a possibility. It's been discussed. He's at 360 at bats right now. Figure he'll probably get close to 100 more.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work for a young man. But again, they also want to see how it looks against the best of the best.
Yeah.
Prospects and
could be somewhere they just send him out for a week or two, just get him go play 7 or 8 games.
He could be a part-time player.
Yeah.
Just be exposed to it. See some good stuff.
All those teams work together. It's usually kind of a team full of players from every team that form a team. So actually they're all affiliated. Like the Seguros they're part of. There's like 4 teams that put players on it, right? Or
4 or 5.
Yeah, and so and every year those players are on that team, the Seguros, and then they. But it's all from Arizona. They don't do it do they do it in Florida? They have a league like that?
No.
Oh. So they just, anyway, it's good baseball. If you get out there to watch it, that's the best prospects playing that are doing that. It's pretty good. Well, are we winding this one down?
We're done.
We're done. A little bit shorter than normal, but we didn't have our guest who usually eats up a good 20 minutes talking about their lives and what's going on. Next week, we will have them, hopefully, barring some unforeseen thing that happens again. But look, that's part of this. These guys are professional athletes. We are in the season. And sometimes, believe me, as much as DLLS is important, it is not as important to them.
That's true.
They're more important than what they're doing right now at where their feet are.
Yeah.
And so we are on the back burner. This has been a fun one, guys. It's good to talk. It's fine. It's good to see the Rangers playing some competitive baseball, meaningful baseball, and being right there in the mix again, starting to see some good things. Hopefully this keeps up. Anything else?
No.
Let's wind it down for Jeff Wilson. I'm John Moore. This is another one, and thanks for being here, guys. Until next time, we'll see you at the yard.